All right, let's see. Looks like things are running on the stream here so far. Instagram's up. If the Instagram's up, the YouTube's got to be up. But how can I check though? That's the one thing about this I'm not really 100% about. I can't tell if I'm live from here. Oh, okay, I can see. It does say I'm live. Can I share it though? I'm gonna say it is made for kids. There we go. So I can share it. Cool. All right, so let me just share this to the Reddits and then we can get started. I thought I chose Flare. Guess not. So now let's post this to Reddit. Let's post this to LinkedIn too while we're at it. Why not? Cool. Wow. So a lot faster using StreamYard. A lot better on what we're doing here. So let me go ahead and drop. Actually, I don't need to. Well, I already did it. Whatever. So I got all the platforms up here. I can see what's going to happen on my YouTubes. Yes, I am on live. Yes. Perfect. Thank you. So that was Utina on YouTube, so I can see that on my StreamYard. Also got that up. Awesome, cool. Can you hear the music okay? Does the music sound all right? I got some lo-fi playing, but I'm gonna turn my own music on. All right, let me get started. All right, welcome back everyone. This is part 7 of the Deadpool animation. Honestly, I was talking with another fan of mine, and they were asking like, how long is it gonna take? How many more videos? Honestly, I can see maybe 5 or 6 more videos because it's just so much more that has to go into it. Just a review real quick. So we got our Deadpool. He's thinking, tap. He's like, oh yeah, I got an idea. And he starts running. Really wanky there. And then Wolverine comes in with his claws. And that's kind of where we left off. It's like this side view of Wolverine's face here, basically. So let's turn our animatic back on. Let's get our light board back on and see where we're at exactly. I might have to smooth out the turn a little bit better. Actually, let's go ahead and clean this up first before we move on. I know I did it really loosely, but I think it actually is a pretty decent job that we did here. So just fill you guys in on since last time we were here, I actually went back and started using Adobe Animate. I wanted to see kind of like what's the real difference between Adobe Animate now versus when I used it like years ago, right? A little bit of a learning curve, but I think it really can be a useful tool. I think I'm not fully set, but I might try to use it a little bit more often right now. Like for my next animations after Deadpool, I already have a couple of ideas lined up. And I'm thinking of using Adobe Animate because my biggest fear with Animate at first was that when I used it before, it was too much like Flash, like Adobe Flash from back in the day. and a lot of the tools were just not robust enough for me to really consider it for as a primary tool. So after using it now, I'm feeling a little bit better about it for sure. Let's put his like back muscles in here. Let's take the butt chin out. He doesn't need a butt chin. Our guy's manly enough without the butt chin. All right, now we can go back to this. I'm gonna do another like little drawing in between here. I'm gonna try and fill in a little bit of this drawing and then the next drawing. Let's actually make it a little bit tighter. Like so. Now let's just try to copy the mouth as much as possible. And we're going to try to remember not to get so bogged down on trying to stay clean, because as we do this, it'll become clean as we go back to clean up and erase. So let's get a good in between those here. Like so. Actually, it's a little bit more of a like this. Like so. And these drawings here, I'm not expecting to look very robust or anything like that. That's the second time we use that word. All right, now let's take a look at it and see. It's not our best drawing, but without getting too bogged down, let's see if we can clean it up a little bit better. I think I like that a lot better. All right, now let's just clean up some of these lines and we should be good. But yeah, Adobe Animate though. So something I will give to it that Toon Boom doesn't have is its connectivity to all the other Adobe products. Now, I'm an avid user of Adobe products. I wasn't a big fan when they switched over to the subscription thing. Obviously, it's a cash grab. I mean, there's no other way to really describe that, right? But I will say the positive that comes out of that is that you get constant updates to all their features without even knowing it. You're getting the new version of Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, which I don't use InDesign as much anymore. not working graphic design. Excuse me. But you can't deny the features that you get for the price. Speaking of price, so you know, with any subscription that you have out there, like another one I use is Audible. I listen to a lot of audiobooks all the time. And there's a thing, like, you can kind of argue with them, you can hassle with them to be like, hey, you know, I just don't feel like listening anymore. I don't feel like using your services anymore. And you're like, why? And it's like, because the price is just too much. And you're like, oh, but we'll give it to you for a discount. Same thing with Adobe products. So there's that. I'm not gonna say I do that, but I'm just saying there's that. Excuse me. But then also with Adobe having Animate, using Photoshop, and another one I use a lot for animations is Premiere Pro, and Media Encoder, I would say, because Media Encoder is really good for outputting a whole bunch of projects all at once or multiples at a time. And especially if you work on a lot of videos like I do, that's amazing. That's something you definitely want to have. But let's go ahead and close this up too while we're at it. I think I closed all the other ones up too, for the most part. We can come back and clean that up. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. So yeah, having Adobe Animate be able to do all your drawings and stuff that we're doing right here, and then be able to port it over to Premiere Pro easily. I can just export it and then send it straight to Premiere Pro, and then I'll open the program up, do my edits there, shrink it down or whatever, and mess with the frame rate, mess with the video resolution and all that kind of stuff from there, and then be able to export it from Premiere Pro to Instagram directly, to YouTube directly. That's a powerful workflow for $50 a buck, $50 a month. That's not bad. That's not bad, especially if you're constantly making videos. So there's a little tidbit. So now if I can get Animate to do all of that for me, then that's a no-brainer. Let's see, let's put our animatic back on. And then this next one right here, let's get our, where is it at? Let's get our Wolverine, a Wolverine, what you call it? Reference. I need a good side profile reference. Jim Lee. So this is a good one right here. Let's do that. You can do damage. You can do damage. So his nose is a lot more slantier than I thought. You can do damage. It's definitely giving them claw teeth. Claw teeth. That's not a thing. Fangs. Yeah, claw teeth. How big is his chin? He doesn't have a huge chin, just kind of like that. Not gonna be afraid to just make these lines. I keep drawing outside of my, what you call there. Sort of like so. Let's make his neck definitely kind of like so. Let's actually not show that part of his head. Let's just make this a lot bigger. 'Cause I think that's about the route that his design goes. It covers up a lot of the back of his head. And then that face is not gonna do it. And I think it's the mouth. Something's going on right there. Let's get back to our reference here. I think the chin comes up a little bit further than I originally thought. A new field. See, is that right there? Yeah, I think what's going on here, I need a better, man, this is tricky. This is a lot trickier than I thought it was going to be. It just doesn't look right to me. I want to say it's this part. See, what's funny is I kind of just half drew that just now, but it's still a lot better than what it was a second ago. Let's do something like this. Side view. That's close, but no cigar, you know? That. Nope, nope, nope. Kind of like this. Sort of like that. There we go. But then now if we do the same thing right here, but just open the mouth, right? There we go. I like that a lot better than all of this. Now, so let's just get rid of this portion all right here. Maybe shrink it down some so it can fit where we're trying to put it. Let's get rid of that chin. Maybe that nose. I'm not feeling that nose either, though. Maybe that chin. We can do something like that. Boom, boom, boom. I can work with that. I can work a lot better with that right there. And then let's extend that neck back, and that looks good. I can work with that. Clean up, save, make sure we're saving. Let's fit these lines a little bit better. Do it like so. Let's go to this one because it's it just looks like it's so messy. There's no point in trying to clean up all of those lines. Like so. Like that. Yeah, yeah. Much better. How many drawings do we do with that? Just one? Just extend that to 2. All right, now let's see what else we got going on here. We just kind of no, we can't redraw that because it's just going to get in the way. So from here, now we're getting into the Deadpool part of the animation again, the more dynamic stuff. And then we'll do like kind of the back right here. That's what it's made for. That's what it's made for. Got it. All right, so now let's go back to the Deadpool part of the animations. Let's go back and grab this background again. I think I'm gonna get rid of this keyframe animation thing that was going on here. Let's just go ahead and extend it down all the way. Just keep extending it. So now let's go back to the Deadpool again here. It's right about where does it start? I think it starts about right here. It starts with a little dot. And then just keep making a dot. Wait, what's happening? Does it last for 3 frames, really? Oh, I guess it lasts the whole time here too. Now we'll just kind of do like a little squiggly. And then ever so slightly, we'll start giving it some shape here. That's what it's made for. It's made for. Like so. Give us some like action lines. Robin Thicke. I remember when Robin Thicke first came out. At first, I was like, man, what is this sound? This is a different sound. I'm just gonna draw Deadpool, just kind of in a shape, just doing something funky here. But yeah, definitely vibe with the Robin Thicke sound. She's around, nothing else matters. I know someone else with a love girl. Just kind of make some makeshift feet here. Not trying to get too bogged down to the details on this one either. But definitely want to make sure it looks like a guy. Second sunshine, sweeter than berries, turn wine. She's around, nothing else matters. Back to some old boogie at her. Hide on someone else with them. Like so. But then we'll just give it the blades. I don't know why I did that. Should have waited and did something like this. So the swords are definitely a feature I was not planning on doing, but it just makes sense. Change your life. Let's just make the swords large enough. Let's just do something like this real quick for the swords on his back. I just paint it. I'll pay for skateboard Pete. Found you, oh girl. Something like that. And then do some spinning lines like so. I found you. Oh. There we go, there we go. All right, now, so this next frame is where we're gonna start showing some cheekage. And the bottoms of his feet. Ooh, that's gonna get a little funky. All right, so let's just draw a foot real quick, the bottom of a foot. What in the world? Song's called Yams. Can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. What in the world? I feel like Big Jaw done started a whole movement, man, about yams. Oh, I thought these were grouped. I guess not. And so let's draw the legs first in these very compromising positions. In fact, let me see what the next one is. So he's starting to extend his legs out. Something kind of like that. But he's going to be more turned. So I didn't really draw this very well, but these would be his arms right there, right? And that's his torso. And that's his hand right there. That's his first hand. I can do a foot better than that. Like so. So now we're just filling in these details real quick. Also like so. And let's just focus on this picture. Let's make his thighs a little bit bigger. We can make these legs a little bit bigger too. Really coming out to look kind of off, weird. Like so. To the yams. Sort of like that. Now let's bring this foot back over here. Bam, like so. We can get rid of this underfoot right here. And I actually need to get rid of those lines there. That looks good. That's fine. Just bring that finger around there like so. Let's see if we can use this hand again. Just copy, paste, flip. Can we use it right there? I think we can. I forget, does he have, what's his character design look like? Does he have, I don't know if he has anything on his arms. I don't remember. Let's pull out a character design. Whew. He doesn't. Actually, he has wristbands just around his wrists. Some of them show him with armbands, but I think we'll keep him with just the wristbands. Yeah, that looks right. I'll just have to go back and fix it in all the other animations. So as he gets closer to our picture here, we have to put more detail into it, unfortunately. Something like that. Oh. We can fix the placement later. Let's actually turn on our animatic again. So this is where actually, before we get to this one, this is more of a really flashy in between. Well, I don't know. We can go ahead and do it. We can go ahead and do it. Because what's going to happen is it should be very quick. Sort of like that. Like so. Now let's just kind of frame this up a little bit better. So we're going to start seeing his head. Or at least his foot. We can make all of this a lot bigger. Sort of like so. Probably do something like that. Because what's happening is that his legs are moving so fast that it's blurring out. And then this is where we're going to kind of show a little bit of his butt cheek a little bit. Sort of like so. Who is this? Victoria Monet. Jaguar. This is a pretty nice song. And then what we'll do is just kind of merge this right on into that. We'll actually have his elbow right here. And then his torso. Kind of have a little bit of his face there. And And honestly, that's about as much as we're gonna do for that scene there. Just extended one, move on to the next one. All right, now this is where we're gonna get into some of the really cool poses. But I do need to go back and grab his character design because I don't remember what he looks like in all aspects. So just grab this. Bring it down. Shrink it down so I can keep it in screen as I'm drawing. Maybe somewhere right here. Bam. All right. So let me see if I can use the head. Definitely cannot use the eyes, so I'm not even gonna try and do that. So for this part, his shoulders are gonna be up, kind of like this. He's kind of like untucking himself. He was on like one of these numbers here, but he's keeping his arms out so he can. So it's kind of like a woo, bam, like that, right? So let's just get those arms up. Get those arms up. That's funny. But we don't make them too bulky. Something kind of like that. But see, the problem is I don't want the arms because the arms have to the arms merge into the backside as well. So, but I don't want to make them too huge. Got to be very cautious of that. Let's go back and grab this foot back here, right here. Is this music? Music Soul Child. White Rice Deja Vu. I don't know if this foot really works for what I'm trying to do. It's close. I don't feel like I'm doing this foot justice. Let's get a foot. Yeah, that's right. something like, see the problem with this foot, I don't think it tapers in enough. Like so. I ended up almost redrawing this whole foot. It's crazy. All right, let's try this again. The problem is, oh, I'm like, where is the bottom of this foot? Right there. It's 5 in the morning. So it needs to be kind of like the bottom of the foot. Let's see if we can work with this the way it is right there. See, the problem with this thigh is that it wouldn't really connect like that. It would be closer to that right there. And then you would have to like the butt cheeks sort of like so. Same with that thigh over there. So just kind of get rid of some of these lines so we can understand this drawing a little bit better. Like so. We need to connect these arms just a little bit better than what's going on here. Oh man, this all just kind of came apart. And then actually I'm glad we copied this because we can just copy this hand right here. You're free. Let's get rid of this here. This head might be too big. Save. We'll group the head. Shrink it down. Might be falling deep. Falling deep. I might be falling deep. I might need to just copy all of this over here. Bam. Copy, paste. Is that how the animatic is though? Sort of. All right. His thighs may be a little too big though. Might need to fix this crotch just a little bit more too. Oh, that's awesome. Like that. All right, and we can actually do something like this. Sort of like that, and then let's just clean up on all this here. Nah. Oh, and then of course we'll do the all this. And then let's extend it out. We'll come back and do the cleanup on it later. Let's bring this with us. Yeah, that's right. Turn our animatic on. And then we'll do something similar to the last drawing. It's gonna be kind of like this. We'll just kind of focus on I'm just gonna give him some nice buns down here. Really accentuate the crotch. Let's save and then group this so we can move it as one object. I think for now we probably won't need it as much. And see, with this part of the drawing, it's important to not get too bogged down on making him so like, oh, but that's not really accurate. You know, it's really just making it funny at this point. Let's do something like that. But so these are just the legs, right? Let's focus on this part right here. His arms and stuff. So we got to really get to the point where his shoulders are going to be, first they were like this, now they're like this, right? So with that being said, the shoulders are back here. Now they're going to be close to the face. It's kind of like that, right? So whoop. And then if we need to move them, we can always still move them. But now I need to see those guns again. And it's there we go, just like that, right there. Yeah, and just trying to draw a hand and what it would look like if it was holding a gun, right? That's not difficult, right? Everybody does this. And then we're going to draw another one. With his hands up, kind of like this. So make sure these hands are about the same size. And it's okay if it's a little further back than normal too. But for this shoulder, we'll let's probably move it over just a little bit. Probably have to move them down too, maybe something like that. So think about the foreshortening of the whole thing, right? Like that. Might have to make it a little bit bigger. Maybe let's bring this hand up just a little bit higher than normal. That's not right. I think what I'm gonna have to do is just move this down. Or I think I'm really overthinking this one. Man. Something like that. So let's see how this looks. I'm curious. This is a challenge because it's such a weird, such a strange pose for him to be in. Let's take a look and see what it looks like. So we flipped it, but the problem is this needs to stay. Let's make sure we're hydrating. I'm feeling a little dehydrated. Once we get about 2 or 3 of these drawings done, we honestly can just keep it for all the drawings. So let's go ahead and group this part too. Copy it and then bring it to this one. But see, the thing is with this is that he's getting closer. Oh, just the fact that he has such a large crotch is killing me. And then from here, it really slows down. But I'm curious as to how many. Yeah, so it does alternate. So I think what I'll do, instead of sitting here and trying to make each drawing brand new. Whoop, actually I needed that one. Perfect. All right, so what I'll do here is make a keyframe here, make a keyframe here of the new drawing, and then let's turn on our animatic and see what's going on all the way down. Let's move our drawing a little bit further down the timeline, about right here, where it ends. Copy this, paste it all the way down, wherever animatic is showing. I'll make another keyframe there, copy this keyframe, put it back here. But for this is where we're gonna take this, move it to here, but increase the size almost tenfold. To about right there. Bam, right there. Now let's take a look and see how our process turned out. I think my problem with it is it's not showing enough. So let's just bring it up. So let's take a look and see how that looks now. Let's just play it. I still don't think it's enough. It's like pow, 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 pow. And then it just kind of falls off. Unfortunately, that's not enough. Let's just put a few more just to see kind of what happens. Move those keyframes there and put them right here. But let's have them actually moving out of the frame. So it takes a little bit longer for them to move out. The other thing too, we're gonna have to finish that foot, these feet here, so it doesn't just cut off. So actually, let's go back and do that now. We're almost done. That's crazy. So let's clean this one up first, and then we'll go back to everything else. Let's see who we have here. We've still got a few folks. That's good. That's good. Glad to have you. We'll see my boy Chris tonight. Must be working hard. Let's just get a focus right on our guy here. Make sure we have the right tuning pin. That's good. I'm gonna keep these hands, so that's easy. Just like that, that's perfect. Just drawing the belt in here. Oh, there you go. Hey man, trying to help the live chat in YouTube, but it appears you've set the video. Oh, I did not even realize that. Here, let me change that. Can I change that? Oh, I didn't even realize that was a thing for the chat to be for kids or not. Interesting. Man, how do you even? Okay, well, I'm just gonna have to remember that for next time. I appreciate you letting me know, man. I didn't even realize. we're getting really close to finishing this drawing. Um, so, Chris, like I was saying, when a video is made for kids, chatting in the small screen is to say, why would they do that? That blows my mind now. I wonder if that's something I did on here. See the shareable link? Okay, I can change that. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to remember that. Made for kids. Okay. But yeah, man, like I was saying, when I started the video tonight, I had I was talking about Adobe Animate. I was playing with it some more this past weekend. I suppose because chats can be toxic for kids, and need to be encouraged to do adult stuff. I guess that's fine. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. It's just me. It's my ignorance in the whole thing. But I know now. We don't want kids. Not around here. But yeah, I was playing around with Adobe Animate this past weekend, and I managed to get some leeway on it. I managed to kind of figure out how to use it for the capacity of which I'm doing here, how I can do that. I figured out how to do the transparencies, how to do the light table, how to do the zooming, like everything. Everything we want to do with animation, hand drawing wise, is all available. It's all right there. And then it's even very convenient for like all the Adobe products. Give him a little flat butt there. We can do better than that. Make sure we give him a nice size crotch. Really focus in on that crotch. Because I mean, if we're gonna do Deadpool, you gotta put some zaniness into it. We'll keep that head as well. So the only thing we're gonna keep, let's go back to it. Let's get rid of all of this. So yeah, that's what you sent me before. Yep. Let's get these straps on here. You know something else I forgot to put on him? We're gonna have to go back. I'll probably go back and just do it myself offline. I don't want to keep showing using up all this video time for just little small edits. All the ammo pouches for his legs. Completely forgot that. If I have time, I want to say tomorrow. Maybe I'll have time tomorrow in between to really kind of fix that. Have you messed with have you messed with Adobe Animate anymore, Chris? Or what program were you using again? I forget. I can put some of the ammo pouches right here. That looks good. All right. But yeah, for now, Adobe Animate is my main animation. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Adobe Animate is good for taking vectors from Illustrator straight to Animate. However, I've heard Toon Boom can. Okay. Interesting. So you're fluent in Adobe Animate then. Yeah, so I know we talked before about me using Animate and everything like that. I'm gonna fix these shoulders. I don't like the way they connect. I didn't care for it because I guess I'm just gonna chalk it up to me just being comfortable with Toon Boom. But and I'm paying the student rate for the Toon Boom every year. It's like 160 for the premium version here. But I'm like, man, you know, after using Animate the other day, I might be able to get away with switching over. So I'm paying for Adobe as well. So it's kind of like, man, how can I save costs, man? Let's see if we can just get a circle. So technically I'm learning anime as I go. I feel you. Since I'm fluent in Illustrator and Photoshop, Animate is easier. Yeah, exactly. I do love what they did with that. They just made it almost like another Illustrator or InDesign kind of program. So if you know Adobe, then you can easily transition to that. I appreciate that. So let's just make sure he has a nice size shape there. Whoop. And then for the legs here, we're definitely, you know what? Let me see if I can just use the same leg. And actually, I wanna copy this hand here. I feel like that's the perfect shape for. Might be the perfect shape for that right there. Maybe just turn it a little bit. Whoop. Sort of like this. Like that. And then let's just kind of separate the chest from the leg right there too. However, since I want to learn the pros are used for animation, Toon movements, what I'm headed soon. I can buy the premium license. Yeah, man. I feel you on that. It's definitely something. I mean, thousands of bucks, you know. So what are you trying to? Let me ask you this: what are you trying to do with the animation exactly? Are you trying to break into the like animation field as far as like a full-time kind of thing or something, or still just a hobby kind of thing? I like that right there. Some of this cleanup done. I think I erased the wrong line. That's fine. Something like this, copy paste. And just bring that leg together like that. But then we can probably put the belt in there just a little bit. Let's take a look at our results. Actually, let's go ahead and grab this head here. Like that. That's nice. I say let's go ahead and remove these motion effects, these pan effects and everything. Then let's undraw all of that. Actually, let's do this. And then we'll flip it. But we gotta make sure everything kind of stays in the same spot. Except for the head. The head changes. That's good. And then we'll put those effects back in. Well, see, now this is where we do have to fix that leg. Like so. We don't want to ever see the leg come out. And actually it cuts off about right here, I would say. About right there. That's good. We got really far with this. We got much farther than I thought we would on this part here. And we still have a little bit of time left too. We still got about a good 30 minutes. Let's see. I will for sure take a job as an animator for either a show or film at a big studio. Or if I can make my own original show and either set produce it on YouTube or pitch it to a studio, that'd be cool. Yes, yes, that's exactly, yes, you're on it, man. That's exactly what I want to do too. It's like, it's gotten to the point where it's like, man, I can just do my own thing. Why do I need some studio to kind of like, don't get me wrong. It would definitely be a blessing to be like, hey man, we want to make your cartoon into the real deal on our network. But if I can do it myself without having to have a corporate overlord or something, and that's still pretty ideal. That's still pretty good. Excuse me. What is this? Just doing a little bit of cleanup on some of these old frames here. I'm not sure what's going on. So the next part, whoa. Let's fix that. Is when the slashes start coming back in. Let's see. So let's just turn off everything else. And then from the animatic, it starts right here. And we'll do that on the Wolverine layer. Turn off our cropping. And how did I do this? Oh, looks like I did. So we'll incremental. Incremental increases. And with each increase, let's make sure to close them off. Like so. Let's make sure we close off each one. Like that. Looking good. Oh man, there's a lot more to the animatic than I thought. I realize. It's like it sits like this for a good little bit. Right there is when it starts. So we'll copy this, and then we'll make a new layer, and then we'll have some more slashes come to the side. Whoop, that's actually just an extension. And I'm actually going to redraw these lines here. Close them off. And this is where it's going to get a little interesting, because the idea of the slashes is to actually cut out. The slashes are actually cutting out what's going on here. But I still want to do the slashes anyway. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to really make it come through. See, I think the main good reason for taking a job as a staff member in the studio would be to be there and observe and learn how it's done. Most directors and producers start off as, or that's a great point. You know, I think a lot of people now, especially in 2024, we have all this technology and all these things at our fingertips. There is definitely an idea of patience and learning and almost like paying your dues in a way that is almost lost now, because let's do that right there. It's a little lost because, like I said, we have all these technologies that make things so accessible to us. So I wonder if there's a lot of animators that try to skip those steps a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, like, I know for me personally, I was thinking the other day, I'm sitting here doing these animations on YouTube and all this kind of stuff, but I wonder if I could get away with not having to go to school, because I mean, like, I'm learning a lot of it, at least a lot of the stuff that I want to do right here in front of you guys. So when I say that impatience thing, I'm really speaking about myself, because I think, like, man, can I skip the steps and get there? But then, is that really fair to? I mean, fair to who, right? It's just me competing against myself, against my own curve, my own learning curve. I'm sure there's definitely something to be learned that I'm not going to learn sitting here. Like that. A little bit more to go. Like so. Almost there. And this next picture, we're just going to have Deadpool's face come back again. Let's actually go back to one of our first original images. I want to say, because right here he always has it up, right? He always has this, what you call up. So I'm going to use this one here. Let's maybe move it to about right here. But what we're going to do with this is turn everything off except for that part right there. Let's get rid of these eyes. I'm just going to copy. Let's save, copy his one side of his body, paste it. And then I'll probably fix his chest a little bit here. I wonder if it would be funnier to have him doing like a peace sign and maybe like a little kissy face or something. That would be cool. Is this line big enough? I think so. I wouldn't write off school though. I would definitely go to animation school if it was within a budget and time. Having to do it with full-time job would be tough. I also don't want any more student debt. I feel I saw that video you were on. You were paying off the student debt. That was good. I just paid off mine. And a new animation bachelor's degree, even at a cheap school, is going to be expensive. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I agree. So definitely got to make sure that is something you will want to do. So I'm going back to school right now myself, and I told myself I'm going to do it on my terms. I'm not going to do any more loans or anything unless I want to, but I don't. Well, my point is I don't want to do loans either, and excuse me. Um, I decided I'm just going to pay for it out of pocket, but I'm taking one class at a time and just kind of really make sure that I'm studying and I'm doing all my classes and really giving myself that attention and the quality education that I didn't before with my bachelor's. I wonder if that's the right kind of eye to do. Let's find Deadpool. It'll be kind of like that. And let's change it, put it right there. That's not bad. There's a little bit more cleanup we can do, but I think we more or less got it. We got what we're doing here, what we wanted. Let's take a look at the whole thing. And let me see what the title card looks like, actually. Yeah, the title card is going to need some work, too. We'll work on the title card and a little bit of the color on the next video. I'm not going to do that right now, but we'll at least just go ahead and recap. Where do I want it to stop right here. Turn off the sound and everything, turn on our loop, save, and hit play. That looks clean, looks clean. Gotta fix him going off into the, okay, wait a second. All right, wait a second. This is why we check it first. Let's turn on the Wolverine layer. Gotta do that. He's going off into the sky. Can't have him doing that. Oh boy, that's funny. He's supposed to go like back here. And maybe actually go off screen. So let's try that again. He was he was running off into space. Yep, he's running. Okay, that's not bad. We almost got it. We can spend this little bit of time making the bullet holes, I think. So when he's shooting right here, what are you studying? Oh, let's see. You said so paying a few hundred or $1,000 for an in-depth online course seems more appealing. Yeah, I'm studying business management now, online, Columbia Southern University, and I'm just kind of taking my time with it, like I said, and one class at a time. I think I start my next class actually in 2 days, and the class I'm taking in 2 days is, what's it called? Data analysis, quantitative data analysis. So right here, We just need to put like excuse me, some bullet holes. We can do this real quick, and then we'll call it. Where is it at? I guess there's no real rhyme or reason in animatics, so we'll just turn that off. We won't need it at this point if it's not really going to give us any kind of real guidance. Let's turn on our non-smooth brush. Maybe let's copy that, paste it here. Maybe let's flip it. Just put it right there. Let's do our own little flip there. I just don't feel like hitting the tool. Maybe like right here. Maybe like right in the middle. And then one more. I think for as long as we keep seeing his hands, we should have a bullet hole. Which that right there is good, I think. All right, let's hit save and hit play one more time. We can put some more texture on the ground, maybe put a sky in the background. We don't have to. I think something gets lost. Something gets lost right at the end there. You lose a little bit of the effect. We put armbands on him. Dang, I didn't even see that. It's going so fast. You don't see the claws coming through. I might have to slow that down a little bit, but I think for the most part, we got a really solid animation going on here. So that's all for this for tonight. We will pick up on this again on Wednesday. We'll finish the title card on the end. Maybe I'll put something like Deadpool or X-Men in the background, something like that, to kind of really accentuate the whole composition a little bit more. And then we'll get started on the color, which might be only 2 more videos. I said 6 or 7, but maybe only 2 more videos to really knock this out. If there's a passion for animation, is there a particular reason for choosing business school over animation? Great question. Great question. Great question. Great question. So I'm actually doing business school for a couple of different things, because I was doing animation already before I even got into business or anything like that. I was doing animation. This is all for fun. Everything you're seeing here, I learned from just doing it. I was like, you know what? I want to do a Deadpool animation. Let me just draw it like this. And this is what I came out with. There was no school or anything like that. So I felt like, again, like I was just saying, it's like maybe I'm just impatient, because I was like, I don't feel like I want to go to school for it. Maybe I need to, but I'm like, I just don't want to. I have the idea, I just want to do it. And I watched some videos, I watched some really good, strong animators. I watched their videos over and over and over, and I would put it on slow motion and look at it. I was like, oh, that's how they did it. They just drew it like this, or drew this. And I kind of learned a lot of stuff from that. And then from trial and error, like how you're seeing here, this is me learning right here. So business school, I felt like it was something, for one, I needed for the military. It's like by having my business degree, it would help me to be more attractive in the military and get me prepared for more leadership positions. Um, Me doing it now versus continue jumping into animation just to get stronger in that. Also, it's just like, you know what? Let me spread myself a little bit further out. So now I have graphic design, I got animation, I got business, I got military, I got civilian experience, or whatever, you know, different things. I know different things, different skill sets. So maybe that'll make me more attractive overall in the job field, you know. So that's kind of what that was. I do have aspirations for maybe one day when I do have more money and I got more time and everything, I'll sit down and maybe do an online um, animation certificate or certification, or maybe another master's degree from SCAD or something like that. That'll be the big dream. But we'll see. But I hope that answered your question, Chris. If that makes a little bit of sense. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and let's stop this animation. And I'm gonna go ahead and call it for the night. I'll be back on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, and also on Friday night at 7 o'clock as well. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube and on Instagram or wherever you're at. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below of anything you want to see, any feedback, any advice, or anything like that. I love all that kind of stuff. I really appreciate all of you, any of you that have joined on to my live streams here. I'm trying a lot of new stuff. I'm trying to really share my passions with you guys. And Chris, I appreciate you jumping on always, man. You're my wingman on this whole thing. Yeah, so make sure you tune in next time. Stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. Peace.